Hello, Hillsdale and beyond. We are doing a little informal chat with Shawnee Urban, who used to be married to Adam Stockford, and past Hillsdale City Mayor Scott Sessions. We are going to put some facts out. Let's start with a prayer first. Lord, please be with all of us as we speak the facts that we have proof to back up. This is never an easy thing for any of us, but we're trying to expose somebody that isn't factual and has a personal agenda that isn't the proper agenda for the citizens of Hillsdale or District 35. So be with us and protect us, and this is all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I need to just get on and make sure we are all in frame, but I had heard after Adam Stockford got his Right to Life PAC endorsement that lo and behold, they had Shawnee and his then wife, Adam and his then wife, sorry, Shawnee.
We're all a little nervous.
Yeah, it's just, I haven't done this sort of thing in a long time, so yes, we're just trying to get on here. I want to make sure that we're even live, and I don't see it. I hope we are. Let me look, make sure we're... Yeah, we got 4 people on there. Okay, yep. All right, so Shawnee, you have documentation of your abortions. Can you tell a little story about how it came about?
The first one we had just had AJ. AJ was just a baby. He was born in May, and we were pregnant again right after that. And Sherry, Adam's mother,
Sherry Ingalls,
Doug
Ingalls,
Ingalls'
County
wife.
Commissioner's wife,
Yep.
which is Adam Stockford's mother.
Yes, she had said it's not a good time. Maybe you guys shouldn't. I mean, and it probably wasn't the best time, but nothing's ever really planned, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, it was not something that I had planned on doing. But yeah, so she really runs everything that happens in their family.
Okay, so
And,
she said that
We should
wasn't a good time, so what
And then she-
transpired from there? And this would have been the first one, which was, which one? 2008?
2009.
2009.
Yes. Yep. And then
And what transpired after? That
she
discussion.
paid for it. We made an appointment and aborted.
So you made it where you went to a like
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood, and we have that documentation. I will be posting that to the page later. I don't have any way to insert that right now, so I will be posting that documentation.
And then the second one was in 2012, May 25th, 2012.
So I appreciate you coming and putting that out there. And yep, Right to Life PAC, Right to Life, I think you got it wrong. I wouldn't think you would endorse somebody and give them money if they had been involved with pregnancy and abortion.
I did also recently learn that it's from the Planned Parenthood page that it's illegal to coerce someone into an abortion.
Were you
100%
Oh.
coerced.
by
Adam and his mom.
Okay.
Sherry.
Interesting. All right.
And I'm looking dead into that camera because tell me anything different.
I actually,
I'm sorry.
I wanted to go into why I've changed my stance on Mr. Stockford. We are very, very tight, as people know. I've campaigned for him for his mayor and his last attempt at going for state representative, but he would tell me all this stuff, and then I would have questions, and I'm like, I have some questions, like, oh, I'll reach out, we'll do lunch soon. Did that numerous times, and he never reached out so we could have lunch and talk about it. So I decided, and that's where I started finally finding the documentation to back up pretty much any stance I have, because I've been told so many lies by Rattan and John Smith and Adam Stockford, and used by these people to push this information when it wasn't factual. So I got drawn into the lies and agenda, and I was used, and that makes me furious. I don't like to be used, and I don't like to be lied to. So that's why I've changed my stance towards that Republican group, and that's why I've changed my stance towards Adam Stockford. And when he didn't reappoint me to the election commission, he took a statement. I did say I would do everything in my power to make sure you lose your election. I would never, ever break a law or try to affect an election illegally. Everything in my power is time and energy, and this is it. This is a Sunday afternoon. We're all given a Sunday afternoon up in order to put some facts out there. And it's not just this time. It takes hours and hours and hours of research to come up with this. Look at all the paper Scott has. So Scott will be going into some other things, and I will put the documentation from Planned Parenthood up there so the public can see it. I'll probably edit out some personal information, cover up some personal information, but the documents will be there. Scott, you're up.
All right, I'm the former mayor of Hillsdale, Scott Sessions, and my first thing on my agenda is, or on my list, is letter to the city. Mayor Stockford was supposed to write a letter to the city of Hillsdale, according to an article written by Corey Murray on August 12th, 2003. Hillsdale Mayor Stockford will soon pen a letter to Hillsdale expressing the city's frustrations over the loss of potential revenue over the years. Okay, we have not seen that letter. Multiple times people have been on the internet requesting to see that letter, and it hasn't surfaced. So
And did he even really write it?
Well, I don't know.
I'm guessing he didn't.
But at the next council meeting, I have requested that he put that on the agenda so that we can see that meeting.
He will.
And
He'll come up with something
and-
even if he comes up.
well, at least he, I want him to tell the truth,
No, he won't.
and anyway,
He doesn't know
well,
that.
anyway, that would be proof. That would be proof that he had written the letter. Okay, and that's what I want to see. So, and that was to Hillsdale College. In that same article, he had expressed that we cannot keep doing business like this, or we're not going to dig ourselves out of the hole we're in. Okay, so Mayor Stockford is saying we're in a hole. Well, what hole are we in? You've been mayor for 6 years at this point in time, and what hole have you put the city in? I want to know. You
What
haven't.
hole did you put the city in?
Well, no, this is 6 years after he's been in office, and he says that the city's in a hole.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so the city's in a hole. What hole is the city in after 6 years? I would like to know. I mean, we cannot keep doing business like this, or we're not going to dig ourselves out of this hole we're in. That's exactly what he said.
When was that said?
This was said in August 12th, 2023, in a Hillsdale Daily News.
Okay.
So I want to know what hole the city's in, okay? Because then you have also said that the city back in November 6th of 2022 that you had brought I've seen us go from heading to bankruptcy in 3 years to having the healthiest audit. Well, right here, I have documentation showing every single fiscal audit that we've had. And the last one, okay, was in 2017 to 2018, we were at 24.74% fund balance. 24% higher than the previous year.
And that was during your term.
And that was the last year of my term.
Okay.
Yes, right there. There it is.
Okay.
No bankruptcy. Doesn't exist. You know, this is a false statement right here. We are not going into bankruptcy, period. Okay, so then I want to go into Opens Meeting Act violation, or possible Opens Meeting Act violation, and we're going to run a small portion of a city council meeting, because from the Open Meetings Act, then it goes into the street plan, so that Mayor Stockford does not have a dedicated plan to fix the streets, other than sell the assets of the city. That's it. There's no funding stream, no funding plan, nothing. You know.
Okay, when you want to play that, let me know. I got.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right,
Okay,
I
so
got to
here
move
we-
the camera over. We're gonna put this on the TV when Adam Stockford almost did an Open Meeting Act violation, but he was shut down by the city attorney. I get.
Couple more comments, but we can't discuss this all night, guys. Councilman Soha.
Oh, that's his envelope.
Mr. Mayor, with all due respect.
Sorry,
we
this
can
is
and should discuss it
not the,
until
what I
it's
thought I had lined up. This is him wanting to shut down a
decision we're
meeting.
about to make. And I'll vote to
Conversation.
extend the meeting if I have to, and I'm supposed to be meeting somebody at 9 o'clock, so.
Sorry, that was the wrong one. That was Rob Soha trying to stop Adam Stockford from discussing an important issue. I thought I had it lined up. We're just kind of doing this on the fly. Sorry, guys. Maybe you'll need to play it on your...
Okay, I'll play that one. Okay. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Ready?
Okay, yep.
Go. Go.
Council members, I'll make a motion to remove this guy's property from the assessment. Hold on. It's not on the agenda. If you're gonna undo the roll in any way,
That's the city attorney.
move that was made, and I believe based on a conversation I had with Mr. Thompson after that meeting, he advised that you were taking a step that could lead to the exact problem it's led to. But that was during a public hearing on the assessment roll. The assessment roll has been confirmed. You cannot amend it in any way without reopening the public hearing process. So I would not continue with that motion, because you're now treading on the line of an open meetings problem. It's not, that action item is not on the agenda. If you would like to suggest perhaps the Operations and Governance Committee that they consider taking a look at this and making a recommendation to council that's on the agenda for an action item, that would be the appropriate way to do it. But you cannot, you've confirmed that role. I didn't, I voted against it. Well, but you do not control the council. You're right, I do. But a majority of the council approved the role. If you want to talk about arbitrary action, I think arbitrary action. I think you said enough, Jack. You're our attorney, and that's what you're up here for. Okay. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you can step in and tell us when we're doing things procedurally wrong. Right. Thank you. And I think you got to be careful on this one. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you have something to add, Councilman Chair? Absolutely. We are opening Pandora's box if we do this, because we started fixing these streets back in 2017. We start going out to these streets, and then they're going to want their money back to people who are specially assessed. We're going to be, you want to break the city, that'll break the city. It'll take any reserve money we have to pay them back with interest on top of that, because they won't just take the money back, they'll want the interest. We have worked since 2000, what?
Okay, there's some interesting little.
Okay, so now he says that there's a multi-million-dollar budget, but yet a year ago he says the city's in a hole. What is it? What's the truth? We want to know. We want to know what the truth is. You know, is the city in a hole that you're the mayor of and have helped put us there, or do we have a multi-million-dollar budget that, or a surplus that we've sold all or a bunch of assets from the city to come up with this money, and now you want to spend this on the road and drain it completely? So, you know, you don't have a funding stream for the streets. You know, we do now, but you voted against it. You voted against all of them. You know, but yeah, you do take credit for the streets. It's penny posted. One where you're out there, oh yes, we're fixed so many streets. Yeah, well, guess what? You know, you voted against them.
Yeah, he votes no on every single street. Well, not every single. There was one he voted yes on because most of the residents came and said they wanted to pay the tax to get their street fixed. The rest of them that he's out there doing videos on, saying he's taking credit for those street projects, he voted no on. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay, my last one is it was brought up in looking at and Penny has this posted too on her page of where there was a deadline to file your campaign finances
stuff
right.
or to the state. The state of Michigan has campaign finance rules. You had to have it in by 5 o'clock on Friday. 5 o'clock on Friday, every other person had their campaign finance stuff in, but Adam Stockford didn't. It showed up like 4 hours late.
So, you know, he's running for state rep, doesn't get his finance reporting in on time. You know, that's something that's very important to do. You know, how can we trust him to do other things as a 35th representative if he can't get his financial statements in on time? You know,
and that's one simple little thing that they should have been keeping up on, and all they had to do was hit send and get it to the state by 5 o'clock. That was one big deadline that he missed, and he wants us to trust him to do what he's supposed to do as a state representative. I don't think so. Do you have anything else?
I got one more thing. Okay, so I was looking in the financial statements that Adam Stockford had submitted, and we have he had wrote in here on his page, Mayor Adam Stockford, the contract with CLR Enterprises. Well, there was a donation contribution from CLR Enterprises, a person there right here that contributed an amount of money, and I'm thinking that this might be a conflict of interest. You know,
Yep.
You know, he's in with a contract for the city for CLR Enterprise, CL Enterprises, and now he is he took a campaign contribution.
He got CL Enterprises, who also happens to manage the Dawn Theater, and have gotten excuse after excuse after excuse and missed 3 or 4 deadlines on the keeper. Gave Adam Stockford $800 for his campaign finance, and I know I posted this also. So, are you done?
Yep, I'm done.
We just wanted to show, the big thing to me was that Shawnee, to her chagrin, she was kind of coerced into it, had 2 abortions. Adam Stockford got the right to life, and he says on his campaign site he's a right to life person. Well, clearly he's not, because he killed 2 babies. So this is not somebody we want in Lansing representing the 35th. Vote your conscience elsewhere, but please vote against Adam Stockford. He lies, he uses people, he gives half the facts out there. Not a good, I guess the typical, stereotypical politician, which we don't need more of those. We need honest, transparent political representatives to get this disaster of our country and our state turned around. Thank you, and have a blessed Sunday and week. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.